Hello, my friends. Today I'm going to go over some of the candlestick patterns. There are hundreds of types of candlestick patterns out there, but I'm going to go over only the one most profitable candlestick patterns. And not only that, I'm going to teach you that even when those candlestick patterns are not present on the chart, you can combine two and make one, what I call the family of hammer. And by using the family of hammer candlestick, you can make $150 to $200 a day, and with a small account. And this is not a BS, my friend. I'm sharing with you guys from my heart. No one taught me this. I learned all this from the school of hard knocks. I can understand you. Losing money is not easy. My early days of trading, market dogged me out, dropped me to my knees, lost everything, nowhere to go, cried like a kid. But then one day, one of the day traders told me, why don't you learn all those candlestick patterns? You can make some serious money. And this is when the journey started. I started learning. And soon I realized the more I learn, the less I lose. The more I learn, the less I lose. Little by little, I turned the losing into winning. And remember, my friend, conviction and convenience don't live on the same block. You got to learn those candlesticks. You have to understand these candlesticks before you even make a dime out of the market. Okay? So talk is cheap. Let's go over to the computer and start learning and make some money. But before I do that, my friend, please subscribe my channel, share my video, hit a like button. Okay? Thank you.
Before I go over to the chart, let me explain you what is a candlestick. Candlestick is a visual representation of price movement for a specific asset over a given time frame. Candlestick provides information about the open, close, high, and low prices of an asset during a specific time frame. Example: this is a candlestick. This is a candlestick. As you can see, this is red, this is green. The logic came from where green light means go, is going up, it's a bullish. Red light means it's going down, it's a bearish. But on the chart, you can change the color. For now, we're going to use it green and red. By the way, on the chart is already there, green and red. So now, this whole candlestick could be 1 hour, 4 hour, or a daily or weekly. It's all same. This candlestick could be 4 hour or 5 minutes. You choose the time frame. So this is what it's saying. It's saying that a specific time frame given over a time frame. Now, as you can see on the green one, when the security, the stock, for example, when the stock opened, it started from here. As you can see, it opened from here, then went down, and then went up all the way to here. Then actually it closed, end of the day, it closed right here. So this whole thing is called body. The stock opened right here, it went down, then went up again, and then came back here and closed here. So this whole thing is called body. As you can see, this line is called wick, or you could say shadow. Same thing here. This line is a shadow, or you could say wick. Same thing on the red candle. Red candle actually opened here. The stock price opened here, and then it went down all the way here. And then before it closed, let's say this is a daily candlestick, before it closed, it went up a little bit right here, closed right here. But initially it opened it and went up, and then it started going down. So this whole thing from here to here, close to open, this is the body, and the high is this part is the wick, and this part is also wick, or you could say shadow. Okay. Now I want to draw hammer candlestick, inverted hammer, hanging man, and shooting star, and how you can merge two candlesticks and make one. Okay, my drawing are not perfect. I'm just trying, so please bear with me. And before I go on, I want to tell you this: hammer and an inverted hammer candlestick, you only look for them at the bottom of the chart, where it is making a U-turn to go up. On the other hand, hanging man and shooting star is on the uptrend. You have to look for on the swing high, where it made the highest, because it is making a plan, making a U-turn to go down. So hanging man and shooting star, you look on the uptrend, and this is hammer and the inverted hammer, you look for them at the bottom of the chart. Okay, and merge two candlestick, basically you're merging two of them and making one, so you look for them anyway. Okay, so now let me draw how a hammer look like. Okay, as you can see, I'm very bad at drawing. But anyway, I'm just explaining to you guys how a candle look. This is a candlestick. Let's say it opened and it went down. Okay, now you're looking at this candlestick, and it was at the bottom of the chart. Which, by the way, I'm going to go over to the chart and explain to you guys. But here, I'm just giving you an example. How do you know? Okay, now the stock went down. Now, let's say now it started going up. Stop here. But always remember, 1/3. Okay, the body has to be at least 33% of the. If this is a hammer candlestick, but which I will show you at the chart, I mean on the chart you'll see it better. But here I'm just drawing, and as you can see, my drawing is terrible. But anyway, so hammer candlestick is basically the 1/3 body of the hammer. It started, went down, but then investor, basically the concept derived from the hammer, where investor says stop it now. The stock price went down right here somewhere, then investors or the hedge fund manager say stop it now, this is going too far. So then they start buying, as you can see, and stop it here. This is a hammer. And by the way, if you look at on the Wikipedia, you can see 80% success rate when you spot a hammer candlestick. But you have to spot it on the right place, though. Hammer can be displaying anywhere, but you can't just use it. You have to use it at specific place. Basically, if the stock is going down, and then which I have a formula which I will teach you when I'm showing the chart. Okay, so now bear with me. Now just look at this is a hammer, but always remember the body has to be 33%, okay, and 66% should be wicks. Okay, and now it's the same thing, this one, but it's inverted hammer. So this one is basically started from here, now okay, now all of a sudden, as you can see, the stock going, so just like hammer, all the functionality are same, but this one just inverted. When you upside down a hammer, it should look like this. So 33% and the 66% body. In hanging man, just like hammer, you can copy this, but this showed up at the top of the chart. Okay, so hanging man, start from here, is going up, up, up. Okay, and then now okay, just like hammer, but this is on the top. Okay, that's called hanging man. Same as in shooting star, technically different, but you could think like the inverted hammer. But the shooting star, mostly the lower part is very not 33%, usually is like somewhere here. So let me draw one and show you. um, okay, now let me delete this and let me just draw a line here. Okay, that's a shooting star. In here you combine, but the important things, I'm sorry, before I go over, important things you have to remember: hanging man and shooting star is on the swing high. Always you have to look at when the stock is going up and up. This is when the stock is going down, down, somewhere need to be stopped. So this is when you see a hammer, you know it's almost the downtrend almost coming to end. And merge two candlesticks together. So basically, if you have, let's say you have one candle like this, and then you have another candle like this. The stock went initially started here and then went down. Let's see, Now if I combine, if I bring this one here, as you can see, is almost like a hammer. Bring this part here, if I bring right here, let's say, okay, and the wick is low. So but always you have to know that 33%. So if you see the wick is very low, it started from low somewhere here, and then, so basic idea is you can combine two and you can see the picture, what the picture, sometimes you have to imagine, obviously you can combine two candlestick together. That's not like, in a graphic image maybe you could see it, but the idea is that you can combine two and you can picturize. And if you see perfectly setting, because sometimes when the stock is going up, you don't see they're making different candlesticks, but you cannot make out of those candlesticks. So what you could do, just imagine if you put two together, last two candlesticks, what the picture you see. And the basic idea is merging two candlesticks is this simple idea, just combining two and imagine the picture, what it looked like. Okay. So now let me go over to the chart. My friend, enough of my ugly drawing. Now we are actually on the real chart. Okay, I did purposefully, those drawing were very ugly because I want to practice myself. I could buy a nice software where I could, all this thing would be created in such a nice way through the software. But what's the point? My whole point, I did the drawing because I want to practice. I want to learn myself. So the only way you can learn is, my friend, is through practicing. And you have to immerse yourself into, and then you can only learn. Okay, so look at this on the chart, is a perfect hammer. Look at this one. 33% is the body, 66% is the shadow. This whole thing is the shadow. And it registered the swing low. Because whenever you want to see a hammer, you want to see it registered the swing low. That's number one priority. And sometimes what I do, if I see after three candlesticks, look at 1, 2, 3, it went down after three candlesticks and then registered the swing low, then I take a trade off of. And remember one thing, these are price action. Okay, the hammer, inverted hammer, all this price action patterns. So you only trade off 1 to 1. Sometimes he could go for a 2 to 1, extreme case 3 to 1, but 80% of the time 1 to 1. Okay, so, and this is a perfect hammer. Now look at, I have another hammer perfectly, but the reason, look at this, it's registered the swing low. But the reason, see this candle, you can say, oh, like, why I didn't take this one. This is a perfect inverted hammer. But the reason I did not trade off of that and I used this one, because this is a perfect hammer, because look at, after it registered, this candlestick actually registered the swing low, but then this one didn't cross, it just stayed off of inside this. So this is, I'm not even counting that. This candle, however, it went down and when they created the lowest swing, and then look at the shape, perfect hammer shape, and this is why I use this one. But look at, if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, after 5 candles, and you see a hammer, this is a good place to take a trade. Okay, so now this is a perfect inverted hammer. Look at, inverted hammer is always displayed at the bottom of the chart. And look at, after a while. So this is a perfect inverted hammer. Now, this is a shooting star. But see, someone might, look at this. It registered the swing high. But someone might say, oh, could this look like a doji? It does not matter. See, this is a perfect shooting star. Maybe this is a doji, but it matters the psychology. Look at it, appears at the top and look like a shooting star. After you practicing over and over, you don't even have to remember those names. You can just trade off of, because you could, if I spot this one, this is like, I might say, okay, some says, okay, this is a doji, but to me it look like a shooting star. Okay, I don't want to argue, but I know it's time to take a short position. So this is very important, that it's not the name important, it's the psychology, and this is why you want to practice over and over before, at least, and then it's become the second hand nature. Okay, so look at, this is a perfect shooting star right here, and look at it, created the swing high. Look at the reason I did not count all this between. Look at this, is 1 2 3 4 5 6 candles sticks. It went up, and then finally, this is what, because the reason I did not count those candles, look at this, it didn't, this was the last candle actually, it didn't go up, it didn't go, look at all this, they stayed inside a box, it didn't cross this one. So why I want to count this? But yes, this one you want to count, because look at it, went up and then created. So this is a perfect uh, shooting star. Okay, so this is, you can take a trade off of that. It would be in a short position if, and right here, look at a hanging man. Usually at the top of the chart, look at this right here, this one perfectly aligned. This is look like it's a hammer, look like a hammer, but it's not hammer. Usually hammer happen at the bottom of the chart and hanging man at the top of the chart. So look at this, and the last one that I want to cover is the, you can merge two candlesticks together and make one. So for example, look at this one. Just imagine, okay, and picturize. Look at this one. If I put this green candles on the top of the red one, then this whole thing become the shadow, and this part would be my body. So it's a perfect shooting star. For example, this one too. If I take the green candle and put in a top place on the top of the red candle, look at it, perfectly, this is another shooting star. So it's not the candlestick is important, it's the psychology behind. And if you practice over and over, it will take some time, my friend, but eventually you will get it. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, hit a like button, and put a comment. Thank you for watching this video.